Hey, Vikings fans, we're hanging out today with linebacker Anthony Barr. You know, even with the COVID-19 pandemic going on, the NFL draft is set to still happen April 23rd through 25th. It's going to be happening remotely. It's going to look a little different, but we wanted to connect with Anthony and have him share some of his memories from when he was drafted back in 2014. So, Anthony, I know for you, you opted to stay home in California for draft day rather than to be in New York at the draft. Why was that important to you, or why was that kind of the option that you chose?
Well, I got a big family, and they've all played a big part in my success and helping me get to where I got to. And I think, being invited to New York, you could only bring 2 or 3 people, and that just, wasn't going to work with the big support group I had back home, right? So I decided to stay home with the people that I love and people that have cared for me, and like I said, helped me get to this point. And it was a special day. It was a really fun day. Kind of some nerves and anxiety, not really knowing what was going to happen, because I truly had no idea kind of where or when I would get selected. Unfortunately, it was sooner than later, and we had a little nice celebration.
Definitely. You didn't have to wait long for that phone call, going number 9 overall. What was it like for you when your phone rings and you see that Minnesota area code? What kind of goes through your mind?
First, I had just been there like a month prior, and it was snowing, so I was like, man, I better, get some snow gear. I'm a Cali boy. I got nothing but flip-flops and swim trunks, so that was my first task. And secondly, just really thankful and blessed, to have the opportunity, the Wolf family, and Rick Spielman and Coach Zim giving me a chance to be a Viking. It's been an incredible experience so far, and hopefully we'll keep this ride going.
You mentioned Coach Zimmer, and of course, you were Coach Zimmer's first draft pick after he became head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. What has it been like to kind of, have that, I guess, title or that honor throughout your career in Minnesota?
I don't take it lightly. I'm saying we're kind of connected that way, and he kind of trusted me, and we've had our ups and downs, and we've had our successes and our failures. But one thing that's always remained is the respect, and we've always worked hard. So regardless of what the circumstance was, or if we're winning or losing, we always remain kind of the same person doing our routine and, going about our business the right way. And, I think we've had more ups and downs.
So when you were drafted that day, Anthony, you talk about the atmosphere and how fun that was being with friends and family. Did you end up talking to UCLA teammate Eric Kendricks that day when you were drafted? And if so, what was that conversation like?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We definitely had a little moment just talking, and, he shared his congrats, and I told him, you're next. And, it was pretty true. And he kind of followed right behind the next year. And obviously he's been outstanding.
So you fast forward to 2015 when Eric gets drafted by Minnesota. Is that something that you guys had talked about the possibility of him actually ending up on the same team with you?
No, I don't think we really ever thought it was possible, ever really had a discussion. It was always more so we supported one another, and wherever he went, wherever I went, wherever the situation was, I think we had that understanding that, we were going to be there for one another.
Did you watch the draft in 2015? Were you kind of waiting to see where he would go, or did you just kind of let it play out and wait to hear from him?
I definitely watched. I was at the draft party, I think the Vikings host, when it happened. So kind of sat there for 2 rounds, and he kind of went early second round, and I didn't really think it was gonna be a thing until it was, and then we had our little moment together, and it's been a really enjoyable, cool experience.
Well, I think it's a really unique situation for 2 college teammates to be on the same NFL team together. And interestingly, you guys aren't the only one on the Vikings to have that story. We also have Holton Hill and Chris Boyd, who obviously played college ball together at Texas and now are in Minnesota. Just how fun is that to have a college teammate going through this experience with you?
It is fun, and it definitely adds a level of just comfortability, and I think it makes the transition a little easier, having somebody you're close with, and you can experience all these changes and all these new experiences with. So I think it eases the transition a little bit, maybe allows you to open up a little early on, and you can settle in and kind of get to work without feeling too uncomfortable. So I think it's for them, hopefully they can have success like we've had.
And then I think lastly, Anthony, like we said, the NFL draft is still going to be going on, even though it's going to be done remotely this year. If you could give a piece of advice to this year's draft prospects, just what would you tell them about this experience and moving forward?
I think just really enjoy the process and share it with the people that you love the most and that really helped you get to this point. Kind of like, that's what I try to do. And it really made it special just having the people there that supported you. And even if you go to New York, or I guess you can't really do that this year, but wherever you are, just make sure that you enjoy the moment with the people that you love, because it only happens once and it goes by quickly.
Well, thanks so much for spending time with us, Anthony. Stay home, stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you.